cannot historical records. I'm sorry, as you find hundreds, even thousands of historical records, whenever they go to this, they go to the Smithsonian, they disappear. Contemporary finds, whenever they're found, I mean, even the giants being found in the last 6 months, if people open their mouth, like I would tell anybody, if you find an artifact, don't open your mouth to anybody. You're welcome to contact, me or other people, but the minute you open your mouth, you're going to have people descending on you. So what the scholars defined was absolutely true. Like all those mound viewers, mound builders in the Ohio River Valley, every single one of those skeletons that it was, reported, I mean, some 12, 13 feet tall, all those giant skeletons and skulls go to the Smithsonian. And you ask me why the Grand Canyon so important and Egyptian mummies, because many of the Egyptian mummies were giant mummies. And they had to helicopter them out, and the amount of information worldwide about the giant skeletons, giant bones, and mummies. You know what's interesting about the mummies? The number one reason why people look for the giants in the military, in the special operations, they have whole divisions of this. They want DNA. They want the DNA. A giant was half fallen angel, half human. They get that DNA and they can make super soldiers. And again, there was a movie with Van Damme, and I forget the other gentleman that was in it, but and it was Universal Soldiers. And so when you're building super soldiers, and literally, in other words, you're enhancing human capability and capacity with basically supernatural DNA, then that's why the cover up, the cover over of these mummies is so important. Does that make sense? Because let's go to Hawk truck driving in Wisconsin now. Welcome to the show. Hey, Hawk. Hey, good morning. Great show, George. Thanks very much. Thank you. My question is in regards to the Grand Canyon. What is your thoughts on Grand Canyon being an ancient alien certified site? Interesting take. What do you think of that? Could you repeat it? What do you think of the Grand Canyon being an ancient alien mining site? I don't buy that, and I'll tell you why. There is gold in the Grand Canyon. Obviously, there are legitimate claims, but the real most interesting thing about the Grand Canyon, in the recent reorganization of the solar system, this is going to blow a lot of people's minds. Mars and the United States, Mars and the Earth share a lot of commonalities. But one of the things that's interesting is Valley Marineris, the equivalent of the Grand Canyon on Mars, and in the position of the Grand Canyon on Earth, if our planet came into closer proximity in Mars in the current orbit, and the Greeks talked about that, and a lot of people can't accept this, then there'd be an electrical discharge between the planets that would literally act like a cutting torch. So the point that is critical to understand is there's a lot more motion and movement in our solar system of the planetary orbit. Now, saying that, the amount of stargates, alien phenomenon, everything from flying saucers to strange creatures, everything in that area, the Native Americans they know what they're doing, but they don't want to tell the white man because, in essence, I don't blame them. But when you understand, and they understand that we're there to understand them and film them and not to pillage them, it becomes really interesting. And by the way, if you fly in the Grand Canyon, the Forbidden Zone, I only know this from, let's just say this, a real-life encounter. They'll just catch jets out of Nellis. Yes, or helicopters. Yes, yeah, and we're in helicopters. By the way, I have filmed the entire Grand Canyon in 8K. This is the highest resolution, film media with a Cineplex camera. And what first gave Kincaid the clue that there was something going on at the 1,480-foot level of the canyon was the water that was seeping out of some of the crevices. And we filmed the entire area around Marble Creek. That's where he was, and actually the whole canyon. But what was fascinating, there were actually areas where the whole side of the wall has sloughs in. We know there's a canyon there. And I actually have taken pictures, George, 10 years ago of certain areas that you look and there was a cave before, and now there's basically red painted cinder blocks. I mean, they do not want people to know the true history. Why? Because again, it hits the that he prayed to the Anunnaki. That's on our trailer.
Gave him an answer.
Yeah, and gave him an answer. And then his best friend, who's but how do you think that's success? And then Leo Zagami too, who is probably knows more about the occult that goes on and the occult things taking place in Rome. I mean, we got him on film too. And so what was important about this coordinated effort is that the amount of, even the term Anunnaki was controversial because there were a lot of Sumerian scholars who didn't accept a lot of fiction's interpretation. Exactly what I was thinking. See, I tell people, some of his, I'd say the majority of the artifacts and everything, he identified correctly, but he used, in essence, aliens where I would use fallen angels.
That's a good point. We're going to come back to wrap things up and take final calls with you in a moment.
To access the audio archives of Coast to Coast AM, log on to coasttocoastam.com.
I'm Bruce Henning in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. A dramatic visual police chase in downtown LA. It started as a traffic stop for reckless driving, ended when a suspect crashed into another car near South Oak at 9th Street. 4 people sent to the hospital. Animal Services also responded to help with the dog on scene. An Inglewood transit project will require 40 businesses to relocate. The transit connector will cost $1.6 billion, but officials say it will improve air quality and alleviate traffic. And Mammoth Mountain says with all the snow, they're going to stay open for skiing until at least July. The Padres have pushed their season opener from 1:20 this afternoon to 6:40 because of rain. And the Dodgers take on the Arizona Diamondbacks for their season opener tonight at 7:10. Southside weather from KFI. Rain continues today, moving out by late afternoon. Highs in the mid to upper 50s. Right now it's 46 in La Habra, Dana Point at 48, 44 in Pasadena, and 42 in Rancho Cucamonga. We read local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Kennedy.
In long distance, on the 710 northbound right before the 91. We have Peanut Cruise from an earlier crash. Pick up the left lane. Watch for some slow traffic from just after Long Beach Boulevard. In downtown LA, this is on the eastbound at Central Avenue. Watch out, the 2 left lanes are going to be flooded, so drive through there with caution. In Glendale, this is on the 134 westbound before Glendale Avenue. Crash, take up the left lane there as the bridge is across all lanes. KFI in the sky, hope to see there faster. I'm Brian Van. On the podcast, Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman, the Stanford neuroscientist explores how brain science intersects with our lives, passions, and behaviors. This deep dive into the unexpected facets of our brain science will help you see the world differently. I'm going to explore the relationship between our brains and our experiences by tackling unusual questions. Listen to Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. A light storage system uses filtered and delicious water straight from every tap in the house. It filters out the chlorine and contaminants while retaining healthy minerals, and there's no filter to change ever. It's maintenance-free. New customers get a free Epipure antibacterial filter. That's worth $825. This ends March 31st. Call 800-803-2696. Visit lightsourcewater.com. Light Source Water, taste and feel the difference. Rob Schmidt is not giving up. He's on Newsmax tonight with a special series, Targeting Trump for Destruction. Well, New York, Georgia, and the Department of Justice all want Trump charged. But Rob asks, where is the evidence? Rob Schmidt, Targeting Trump is on Newsmax exposing the big media narrative.
He reveals the new document. Confirming, he says, the Biden family got cash from China. If it's a true story, and the cover-up is even worse.
Watch Rob Schmidt tonight, 4 p.m. Pacific. It's one of the hottest shows on cable.
You can find Newsmax on major cable systems, including back on DirecTV and Uber. Plus, get Newsmax on Roku, Samsung, Pluto, Xumo, Vimeo, and more.
Download the Newsmax app free on your iPhone or Android and start watching anywhere, anytime.
We watch Newsmax, the real news for real people.
Tell your friends and family. Tune in today and watch Rob Schmidt tonight, KFI, AM 640. More stimulating talk. I gladly have that conversation about the reformation of criminal justice, making sure that it's not based in race, that everybody gets equal treatment, that everybody has an opportunity.
But it doesn't matter. To stop enforcing by law, full stop.
You're ignoring those individual victims of crime, Gary and Janet. They deserve justice. Live 9 to 1 p.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Call the wildcard line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll-free, call 800-618-8255. 7313. Send George a text message anytime at 818-298-6521. This is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
Next hour, we're going live to the United Kingdom to talk with UFO researcher Tony Toppins. First time on the program. I'm looking forward to that. This being Wednesday, for you Coast Insiders, the Art Bell Vault is open. Couple programs for you. Art's number one talks with John Hogue about the prophecies of Nostradamus. And then later on, Art talks with the late witch, Dr. Evelyn Aglini, about things that God can talk about. Fascinating. Have you signed up?
I'm a Coast Insider because now I have 24/7 access to the best show ever, Coast to Coast AM.
Hi, it's Teresa. I love being an insider because the shows I listen to, I always appreciate the diversity of thoughtful insights it brings me on a variety of topics from coast to coast. The show has challenged me to think deeper and to broaden my horizon.
Well, give it a try. It's only 15 cents a day. You can sign up one of two ways. Our website, coasttocoastam.com, right at the top of the homepage. Or through our brand new Coast to Coast AM app, free to download to your phone. Once you do, click profiles and subscriptions, and you can sign up that way. Also available if you are living in Canada and worldwide, so take advantage of that. Here's something to help you rest a little bit.
HealthyLooking.com has a combination of products to help with everyday stress, fatigue, and moodiness, while increasing energy and stamina, plus helps you fall asleep easier and more soundly while losing weight. It elevates in the morning for energy and focus, then accelerates weight management and sleep combo before bed for great full-on sleep.
I've maybe gotten 4 to 5 hours sleep max a night. I'm sleeping to see this has never happened before, which is pretty awesome. I noticed a higher level of happiness. I also noticed that I wasn't taking naps. I had more energy. I was more in the moment with my kids. Like, we were laughing more. We were more excited. Every single person needs to feel this. I lost 10 pounds and 5.5 inches off my waist, and I'm so proud of myself. It gives you energy. It helps you feel better. It just works. I stand by it 100%.
Good morning, good morning. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Thursday thus far. Good morning, Ted. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Mr. C. And James. And we'll tell that everybody is active. If anybody has anything hot, let me know about it. And if you need any help counting your money, let me know as well.
For daytime weight maintenance, plus free shipping with promo code DOOR. Accelerate, elevate, free gifts each well, and now free shipping for one exclusive special price with George's Power Pack. Order now at HealthyLooking.com or toll free 800-394-9930. That's 800-394-9930. Jump on board now for better focus, less stress, a great full night's sleep, and weight loss with George's Power Pack exclusively at HealthyLooking.com. That's HealthyLooking.com.
There's that incredible question again from Marvelous Entertainment. Are we alone in the universe? They've released the newest in science fiction that specifically deals with that question. Marvin Sunderland, who's been a guest on the program, certified film director, Army veteran, mechanic, video game developer, is the author behind the series of sci-fi novels that includes a 7-novel masterpiece bringing out the best in your imagination. Journey with the star of this book, Sergeant Wagon, in search of a crashed alien spaceship that he stumbles across and realizes there's an alien invasion underway. Brace yourself about this war. Sergeant Wagon promises to take your imagination to marvelous heights. Get 20% off the entire 7-novel series and all future case at marvelous.com. That's marvelous.com. marvelous.com.
Real people, real stories.
So I had an appointment with the surgeon, and he told me what all he was going to do, and it was just absolutely horrendous. I came home, I started on carnivora, and I called and my problem on my skin went away.
I have bruising that's all over my arms. 3 weeks after I put on the carnivore, I noticed. I'm looking at my arms, and I said, "Gee, I don't have any bruises on my arms, but I'm always full of bruises. I can't put my finger on it, but I know something's happening." I have to tell you, that has to be the carnivore.
866-836-8735. 866-836-8735. So visit carnivore.com. That's CARNIVORA.com.
And welcome back to Coast. George Noory with Stephen Quayle as we are talking about ancient artifacts all over the country and all over the planet. And we'll take your calls as well. Stephen, the title Lies of Men and Gods on the movie. How did you come up with the title? What does that mean?
Well, excuse me, the lies of men and gods, obviously the lies of men are those who are suppressing the whole true history of the world, obviously UFO phenomenon and the presence of giants and the, if you will, sexual corruption of the human race out of the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 4. And it was interesting because God, in all mythologies, I've written about comparative mythology for the last, 30, 40 years, and you can't get away from the conflict of somebody teaching mankind more advanced knowledge than they could have come up with on their own had they just been a paramecium getting it on with a protocol in a swamp. That just doesn't fly. And, there's some interesting books out there, the book of Enoch and the book of Giants. There's literally Jet Ski scrolls by those names. And they are filled with giant side, like Goliath, that hybrid spirit between what are called demons. Demons are a personality, they are an entity, they have intelligence, they can possess people, they can possess inanimate objects, and that's the basis of taboo all over the world. So, obviously, anything that can control humanity and destroy humanity, I attribute to the biblical narrative that we are in the end days, not the end of the world, and we're seeing all of the things from obviously even the point of us all having the quote-unquote market of the beast. You can't buy, sell, or trade, and we're watching, George, the destruction through geoengineering of the entire planet, especially. There's just, you can't output anywhere else or any way else. In 1964, obviously, Lyndon Baines Johnson said that we have the technology to control the weather. You control the weather, control the world. You are a big company. And here's what most people don't understand. I listened to the gentleman that you were interviewing on China. China is 20 years ahead of the United States in artificial intelligence and everything related. And, when one of the appointees was trying to take over Cyber Command, he said, I'm not going to take it. We can't catch up. It's the same thing with Russia. We have failed hypersonic missile tests, Washington, and yet we've got North Korea having hypersonic missiles. India has hypersonic missiles. Russia has the Kinzhal missile that is just hypersonic. And what's interesting is that all the arguments, and we're the ones in the United States that are now watching the death of the U.S. dollar, and I heard one of your advertisers talking about that. That's real. And what happens when every nation in the world no longer buys our T-bills, T-bonds, and essence, no longer increase money?
I would think, what's up with the Melville ratio? Why isn't anyone raising this as a societal question?
George, I'll tell you, I'll see what you heard, Mr. Quayle. So you're doing a great job. George, like I tell everybody, I'm the God guns to gold, man. The Bible does the things, man, telling everybody to get ready. I'm over looking for you. So you're hitting on all cylinders, Mr. Quayle. I believe in the end times, but I don't believe in the rapture. I think we have to stand here and fight till the end. And like I said, my question for you, you're saying that Elon Musk is trying to stop all this stuff, but he is because he wants the Neuralink. And how long do we have left? Do we have 2 to 3 years left before they install this new world order? Thank you, George and Gina.
All right, Claudia, go ahead, Gina.
Yeah, I think the New World Order is upon us. I don't think we have 2 to 10 years. I'm concerned about the next 2 to 10 months. The gentleman brought up the rapture. I don't accept the pre-tribulation rapture. I say that because my email lines get filled up. Here's the deal. We're going through stuff right now that no one would have ever imagined would happen in America. So many people can't pay their rent. So many people are on the streets. Food is disappearing from the shelves. The COVID lockdown, and from the beginning I told her that's a bioweapon, and I wrote the book years ago and interviewed me numerous times, or at least 3 or 4 times on it, Breathe No Evil, on a primer for understanding biological chemical weapons. We were even on the air together when the former head of the Ministry of Defense supposedly committed himself, and it was over the lie that Iraq had chemical and biological weapons. So what is preposterous to me is that people think that we're going back to normal, George. 3 years ago, one of my conferences said the word normal is gone forever. There's no return to normal. And just that the acceleration of we're seeing this social predators, which, by the way, all of the technology and all the software, that was written in China by U.S. corporations because they could do things in China that were illegal in the United States. So I agree kind of with he said 2 to 10 years, the gentleman from the Bayou. I think we're going to see the most dramatic changes that the country's ever seen, because as everyone bails on the dollar, there's so many dollars out there that the people that loan the money, when they come knocking at the Fed window, there's nothing. The cupboards are bare, and the only thing that will end up at some point is a declaration of force majeure on the U.S. dollar. So it's dire times, and how dare we open, the borders up, and then we've got veterans on the street. and we've got homeless people that were hardworking Americans. So, I'm telling you, I don't think we have 2 to 10 years. I'm into the 2 to 10 month realm.
Sharon's with us in Linwood, Washington. Welcome to the show. Sharon, go ahead.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
I 100% agree with everything you just said. I was in an academic program studying engineering, archaeology, and Sumerian language and culture. I can completely back up everything you said about how academia tries to shut down any mention of the Watchers and Nephilim giants. I think that then separate it and with more voting. My question would be, when this meeting had released the email of a particular former presidential candidate who also served as Secretary of State and was a former First Lady. I'll let you figure out what I'm talking about. There was a FOIA request in the deleted email. It requested the location of the King of Gilgamesh and the Nephilim Resurrection Chamber. And I'm wondering if this is related to the true reason that he went to war in Iraq and the artifacts that he tried to recover when the raiding of the Baghdad Museum occurred.
You heard those stories, Steve, too, did you not?
Yeah, and I got to be careful how I say this, but during a certain period, I was basically being given real-time data. For instance, let's just talk about Saddam Hussein's, the Baghdad Museum and what was in the basement. Tom Horn, the author, had his house burned down because someone was giving him emails and sending him faxes of the artifacts. And George, they had giants, but the Tomb of Gilgamesh is really one of the most important things because the live extraction, and I'm using the word live extraction of living DNA. Now, Gilgamesh was 2/3 fallen angel and 1/3 man. I don't know how that works, but usually it's half and half. But because of the exploits, it's the oldest poetic narrative in the world, the Tomb of Gilgamesh was truly found. You can look it up on an internet search, and the BBC carried the first story of it. But all of the artifacts, Saddam Hussein had a private museum that he would show his closest friends of some of the most powerful, unusual weapons. And why they never used them, I don't know. But the whole thing about the giant and I think people need to understand this, his presence in the location of the Tigris Euphrates, specifically the Euphrates River. We even have a YouTube as the river went down due to drought, and about the Euphrates, that obviously they were hearing demons and groaning from caves. But the real biblical relevance of it is under the Euphrates River. There are basically chained, powerful fallen angels, and when they're loose, they're not loose yet, basically billions of people die. So all of this stuff fits together, and there's a controlled narrative in archaeology, there's a controlled narrative in anthropology. I remember going to war with my anthropology teacher, because when you study anthropology and you understand all the hoaxes, the point is they cannot make the conclusions, they cannot draw the conclusions based on the little evidence. There's a statement, extraordinary claims demand extraordinary evidence. Our films, the lives of men and gods, the amount of artifacts dug up in the camera, in provenance established, people can't get away from that. But what they can do, the controllers, they can control the false narrative of history, they're going to lose their grip. And right now, I believe that's happening. And I believe that it's going to accelerate. And by the way, Jesse was in the jungles of Mexico, not in where the artifacts were dug up, and he was showing a craft, a spacecraft, that looked like a long, basically asteroid that was suspended in the air, kind of like the Independence Day movie, where they've got that ship that they got from the aliens. And the people that had it wanted $1 million hard cash, okay? And they blindfolded him. He went for 3 hours from one location. They took his phone and his cameras, because obviously these guys all have cameras, and they allowed him to look inside the craft. They showed him that there was nothing supporting the craft. In other words, It was in an electro-gravitic levitation mode. And we also got, George, the actual control panel on the artifacts that we unearthed and the ability to translate them on how to fly them and stuff from Van Mason Cloak. And now why is that important? Because the Harvard scientists were saying Uma Uma was an intelligently directed craft. And I happen to agree with them because that thing returned extrasolar out of her solar system. And it hit the exact point where there used to be a planet that was destroyed called Rahab, or Astra. The Greeks knew it. And that's what gave the effort. But in essence, what I'm saying is that there's a lot of things that are floating. There's a book called The Ringmakers of Saturn that talks exactly about that. So because we think that, everything's going to be a shiny, circular saucer, and we do have those artifacts, but we also have stranger artifacts that look like they're propelled vehicles. There you go. Boy, those guys are smart, being the fallen angels and their offspring. And the bottom line is that everything that we're turning up, giving up, presenting the world, absolutely puts to rest. Are there aliens? Absolutely. Are there advanced craft? Absolutely. Are they messing with human DNA? Absolutely. And what's their end game? The destruction of all humanity.
And the AFC. Zechariah Kitchen. John in Wausau, Wisconsin. Welcome. Let's squeeze you in here. John, go ahead.
Hello, George. Hello, Stevie. Two quick comments, please. Foremost, first, I want to thank you for continuing to play wonderful comfort music. Those is playing one of my favorite David Bowie songs. A lot of people thought David was an alien, but the reality is he's in our house. So, more. I miss him big time. Stephen, kudos to you for the excellent work you do. As I listen to you on Coast to Coast and the way you articulate the comments, your clear voice, and your calm delivery, I could literally listen to you all day long. And I just want to thank you for the information that educates people like me. I want to encourage you to keep up.
Thank you, John. There's a minute left, Stephen. Where do people watch this incredible documentary, Wise Men and God?
Well, they can go to Gen6, GENSIX.com, and they can view it on demand on Vimeo, so they can watch it all over the world, and they can also basically just go on the same site, Gen6.com, and order the video for the United States. And I want to thank everybody that supports this show. I especially want to thank you, because absolutely you're breaking new ground and you're showing people that in the same thing you're doing, you're showing there's another narrative rather than the one that shows up on the evening news. So God bless you and thank you for all the years you've allowed me to present the information I've researched for those past 40 years.
Many more to come for you and me, Stephen. Thank you again to Stephen Quayle. Up next, we're going live to the United Kingdom. Tony Topping, first-time guest, UFO researcher and experiencer. We'll talk about his latest work.
Join the Coast to Coast AM Facebook page with thousands of members. It's great for show updates and connecting with other fans. Go to facebook.com/Coast to Coast AM and click the like button.
Starting May 7th, 2025, you'll need a federally accepted form of identification, like a Real ID, to fly within the United States and visit friends and extended family members on military bases. So why won't you give yourself these real benefits? Get your Real ID by starting the application online, uploading the correct documents, and make your appointment at the DMV to finish the process. By applying for a Real ID now, it's one less thing to worry about later. Visit realid.dmv.ca.gov today.
And this is Marketing Report. We hear about the importance of local radio and Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad outreach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
You lost your cat up the tree?
Yeah, I was right up there and scared to come down.
Hang on, I'll get him for you.
Be careful, mister.
Thanks, kid. Here you go.
Where did you come from? And where's your mask and coat?
What? Oh, no, your mom and dad called us to clean out your shower drain.
What?
They were up a tree, too.
Really?
Your drain was really clogged, backing up, and we have to stop that nasty stuff from invading your bathroom.
So you're a hero?
Try to be every day. We're rooter heroes.
Wow.
We make sure you live in a safe, clean house. Go on.
Thanks for us being doors.
It's what a hero does.
If you know how to plug in, call your hero. Come on in. Go online at ViralRabbi.com.
By magically appear using nothing but your beautiful voice. Tell your loud robot to play KFI AM 640. You know what CHC2?
Los Angeles, Orange County. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Power Trip Festival. I Bree Dennis in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The entire polo fields in Indio are hosting the new Power Trip Music Festival. Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Ozzy Osbourne, AC/DC, Iron Maiden, and more. It's pure rock. The festival is in October. No word on ticket sales. The U.S. Army says 2 helicopters have crashed in Kentucky, causing several casualties. Officials for Fort Campbell say the crash involved 2 Black Hawk helicopters on a routine training mission. Pope Francis is in the hospital. He has non-COVID respiratory infection. He's 86. The Vatican says he'll be in the hospital for a few days, but had a good night last night. A portion of the 5 freeway near Castaic has collapsed due to a growing landslide. Part of the freeway is closed. Caltrans says the landslide started on Friday. K-rail barriers have been moved in and monitoring the slide. There's a brand new sinkhole on the 710 in Pasadena. The California Boulevard off-ramp is now closed until further notice. Full repairs are expected sometime in early April. LA Metro is offering free express bus service to Dodgers home games. Service from Union Station will pick up fans about every 10 minutes. The season opener against Arizona Diamondbacks is tonight at 7:10. The grand jury investigating former President Trump is taking a month-long break. It was planned. ACG has more. According to reports, the break is due to a previously scheduled hiatus which involved New York City schools' spring recess. It also pushes back any potential indictment against Trump. The grand jury is hearing evidence involving alleged hush money payments that Trump paid to adult film actress Stormy Daniels in 2016 to cover up an affair. Southside weather from KFI. Rain continues today with a chance for isolated thunderstorms, moving out by late afternoon. Highs in mid to upper 50s. Right now it's 49 in Irvine. Santa Ana has 48. 47 for Hollywood and 42 in Temecula. We lead local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Dennis.
In Glendale, this is only 134 westbound right before Glendale Avenue. We have a crash signal to Corporal and left lane. Watch for some stop and go traffic from the 2. In East LA, we have good news. Earlier crash on 85 northbound at Indiana Street has been cleared for lanes. Your drive is recovering in that area. And in Santa Ana, this is on the 5 southbound at Main Street. We have a car on fire. Get just the right lane there. Your drive is bumping up light as you approach the stretch. KFI, the sky hopes to get you there faster. O'Brien Day. How much do you think your home is worth this year? Do you think it's going to be worth the same next year? If you're thinking about borrowing on your home equity, your odds of getting more out of your home is probably higher now than it will be next year. I certainly believe that. Some experts predict that property values might decline over the next few years, making it more challenging for borrowers to tap into that home equity. If you need $75,000 or more, HMS Capital can help you borrow the money you need with the equity you built. So whether you want to consolidate debt, make home improvements, whatever your situation may be, HMS Capital may have the best solution to help you. No appraisal, credit report fees to apply. I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital. Clearly I'm a fan. I believe they are simply the best for what they do. Call 833-255-5698, 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com. If you're planning on going solar or even thinking about going solar, then listen up. Time is running out to secure the best possible solar reimbursement with the state of California. Last year, the state and your utility company got together together and change the way new solar systems get reimbursed for the power they produce. And as you can guess, it's not as good for you and me. In fact, it's about 75% less than the old system. The good news is there's a grandfathering period, and you can still permanently lock in those amazing rates. But time is running out. The deadline to have your solar documents filed is April 14th. So how do you do that? You start by calling Sunlux, and call them today. Sunlux will walk you through how to lock in the current rate. Even if you're not ready to install the system, it's okay. Call Sunlux and get your documents filed. There is no time to waste to lock in the best returns on solar power that you will ever see. Start today at sunlux.com. Sunlux.com. TSLB ones are very simple.
Need high-quality windows and doors for your home? Marvin Doors is your trusted partner from the beginning to the end of every project, and can help you find the right Marvin windows and doors for your space. Make space for the little things, the big things, and things you never expected. Make space for connections and celebrations, for personality and possibilities. Make space for beauty, for better living, and a quality that endures. Make space for life. When you find a place for Marvin windows and doors in your home, you can make space for what matters. Marvin Doors are here to help with your Marvin window and door project. We'll make it easy to find quality Marvin windows and doors that fit your needs. Visit replacementmadeeasy.com today to set up your free consultation. That's replacementmadeeasy.com.
TFI live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. TFI AM 640. TFI AM 640. TFI AM 640. TFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. This is Jacob Enron. If you've been involved in a motorcycle accident, call 844-24-JACOB. TFI AM 640. Now this is Coast to Coast AM with George Lurie.
In a moment, we're going live to the United Kingdom to chat with Tony Topping, the UFO investigator and researcher and experienced. He has been involved with the UFO phenomenon for more than 40 years. Wait till you hear what he has to say when we come back. This banking crisis really has depositors and investors jittery. And if you have not done so already, you might want to diversify. Because as the financial markets have become more volatile, banks have shed over 20% of their value overnight. And gold has continued to appreciate. That's right. Gold historically performs well during times of high turbulence and uncertainty. And you can purchase gold or silver and have it shipped directly to your home, fully insured, at bullionmax.com/post. And right now, Bullion Max will cover the shipping on any order over $199 when you go to bullionmax.com/post. No one knows when this current crisis will end or the long-term impact. But you can have some peace of mind by diversifying some of your savings. Whether you're looking for a silver starter kit like so many coast-to-coast listeners have already purchased, Or maybe you want a couple ounces of gold to safely store in your home. Find it at bullion.com/coast, where you can start protecting your safe today.
Tens of thousands affected by the toxic water at Camp Lejeune are left with stress, cancer, Parkinson's, dementia, birth defects, and other serious illnesses, and the road into harm. So many worries.
My family's drinking Camp Lejeune water. What if our health gets worse and we need more financial help? How do I protect my VA benefits and get the compensation I deserve in need?
The answer is simple. Call Katie Harris Law. The experienced, trusted law firm that can issue significant compensation while protecting all your VA benefits. We're already fighting for hundreds of Marines, families, and civilians who drank Camp Lejeune water. But if you miss the deadline, you could forever lose your right to the justice you deserve. So call our Camp Lejeune legal helpline now. Now may be your last chance to receive full compensation. Don't delay. Call 800-260-7979. That's 800-260-7979. 800-260-7979.
And welcome back to Coast. George Norrie with you with our guest Tony Topping. Tony is a veteran UFO researcher and experiencer. He has been involved with the UFO phenomenon, as I mentioned, for more than 40 years, and has been deeply involved in the complex intelligence operation between humans and aliens. Memoirs of a UFO Spy. Tony, welcome to the program. Looking forward to it.
Hello, Walter. Thank you, George, for having me on the show. It's great to be here.
How are things in the United Kingdom these days?
Oh, they're politically wise, very turbulent. Weather-wise, absolutely gorgeous here in Southport in the UK, which means that it's a very clear sky, which is good for filming the UFOs when they come in over the area where I live.
Tell me how you got involved in all this.
Well, initially I fell into it, so I kind of like falling into it is the wrong word, but I first began in early childhood having mysterious visions. That's all I can describe it as. And the contrast is quite stark as to where I am now, as to where I was back then, because as a child of 10 years of age, I was wandering to which is absolutely shocking really, but I was wandering to a scrapyard at 10 years of age with a trap with the top taken out, and it had scrap on it like a kettle and a filter, because my mum and dad were broke, and we lived in a house with no bathing facilities, no heating, and outside I was surrounded by these extraordinary visions. I couldn't make any sense of what it was, and then we started, to cut a long story short, in 1999, having been to the gates of hell and back as a teenager and a young adult and everything I had to deal with there, the UFOs started coming in over the house for mysterious reasons, and we started having the strange visions that came with that, and it's taken me years, absolutely years, to work out what exactly was going on. For example, the UFOs coming in over my home would focus on radio antennas, because like I think ourselves, I am a radio ham. So they would focus in on the radio antennas continually, and I didn't know why, and it took me years to work it out, George. So I've had interaction with the UFO phenomena now for a very long time. It's got even more hair-raising. And the book I wrote took about 3 to 4 years because of the post-traumatic stress disorder condition that I have after all that has gone on with me. I mean, my childhood was just horrendous, like you wouldn't believe.
How did you turn out the way you did? I mean, you're a good guy.
Yeah, that's a good question, George. A lot of faith, a lot of religious faith. For example, in 2018, I looked after my mother with dementia, and she had quite an unpleasant health complaint that was heartbreaking for us to deal with. And at 3 in the morning, I was changing her, lifting her out of bed, all that kind of thing. There was nobody else to help me. I was the loneliest man in the universe. 2018, I lost her. I had to move to Southport. I lost the house I lived in, and that's why I major hernia surgery all in the same year. And I have to say that you go from point to man with all that very quickly. And faith and interaction with the more positive elements of the UFO phenomenon, which I'll come to, have been a tremendous help. Stephen Greer is quite correct in his statement that they are highly evolved and highly intelligent, and we're being lied to. But equally, they're not all peace and light, George. They're just not all, it's not all fluffy out there. As probably some of your listeners who may have been subjected to a fiction have discovered. And so it's been quite a roller coaster ride, actually, like you wouldn't believe. Some of the contact experiences, I'm one of them, have post-traumatic stress disorder because of what they've been through. Travis Walton, I know, I think he's got it. I know when I spoke to him, he was collapsing when it broke. That was a few years ago with it all, because it really takes it out of you. You are exposed to an unknown landscape, an unknown environment. And it's taken me about 40 years to keep it all together, George.
I'm going to be with Travis in a couple months in a live stage show in Oregon. Yeah, quite the guy.
Yeah, he's quite the guy. And when I met him, he was telling me that it just collapsed with exhaustion. It was at a conference, and I know that the thing. How can I put it? You know, George. So you know a contact experience, some of those contact experience. I've also, we'll get into this probably as the show goes on. There was an attempt to hook me by, let us say, a hot thyroid deficiency phenomena. So it's not all plain sailing out there, and we have to be aware of this. We really do. And this gets into a myriad of arguments with it. In real life, when you're dealing with aliens, what is written on the internet and how they are and how they perceive humanity is very different when you're up close and personal with the storm. It really is.
If you went running around the United Kingdom asking people if they believe in extraterrestrial life and that it was visiting us, what do you think they'd say?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, for example, I've had people executives coming up to me, going in the pub, for example, in the UK, going to me, I own a successful company, I've been abducted by aliens, I don't tell anyone, keep it to yourself, but this, that, the other. So, therefore, you've got people who are keeping it quiet that this has happened to them, or they've had a physical interaction with them, and it's kept quiet. The UK population are not switched on into this. That people realise, although the UK media, they've been pretty good with them, apart from one interview that I did that went horribly wrong, and that was due to that they were a bit of a right-wing shock broadcaster, and they didn't go well at all. And you're up against the awful factor in the UK, which is all internet, which is cover-up of the lie that we're being invaded by them. The invasion scenario, Project Bluebeam, is very complex. Not like that at all. Stephen Greer again, he's partly correct. The pull-off an alien invasion would be an incredible stunt to do because of the highly evolved civilizations that are actually out there. So we're not being invaded, George, we're being warned, continually warned.
Tony, do you know the UK broadcaster Howard Hughes?
Yes, I do know the broadcaster Howard Hughes. I do. Yes, certainly do have a page for him on a couple of occasions.
Good guy.
He is a great guy. Yes, I've appeared for him on a couple of occasions. ITV this morning. Very nice people there, we've got DB News. Surprisingly, DB News is quite right-wing and conservative views, but they were the broadcasters who give me a very good platform. They didn't ridicule me in any way, which surprised me. And, I was free to just talk about my UFO contact experience, which is what you want, really. I think the public respects you if you don't go down the avenue of find the chosen one, find the ambassador to the alien. I think they respect you if you are looking at all avenues to it. So if it's a mental health thing, if it's some form of severe autism, if the mind generation, every term has to be affirmed. And I concluded that my interactions are real and happening. It's been chaotic. There's been mind control going on. the military in the background that don't quite get it. And it's been an insane circus to be quite frankly, because I've come close to cracking up on many an occasion with it, and your sanity is tested. And the great religious work have also said that, this can be attached to insanity, and it can. You've got to be very grounded, and faith has played, religious faith for me, has played a large part in holding it together.
And if you ever find yourself slipping, Tony, you call us, because we're going to be your friends for life, okay?
Well, that's a beautiful thing to say, John. Thank you very much.
Now tell us about the book, I, Alien, Memoirs of the UFO Spy. Tell me about the UFO Spy Course.
Okay, well, what this is that it began, for me, I kind of like working in hard times in London. I went to one of the top London stage schools. It was a tough gift to get into. And with that, I kind of like worked in offices in London as well. I started to be followed by the UFO phenomena, the white balls of light, following me everywhere I went. When I returned to Yorkshire in 1996, I started having very strange visions, and some of them were psychic warfare visions. Some of them were respecting the book. Some of these early visions were to do with people in another realm being killed. It was horrendous, and I couldn't understand any of it. Then I started having visions of submarines and UFOs around them. That makes sense now that I'm sat here now. It does make sense, but it's fine, it's busy. And then we started to bizarre flyovers and put Mark helicopter following. And the UFOs were coming in, and they were perfectly illuminating TV antennas. And it was very interesting because some of them, yes, are planes, some of them are satellites. So these things were displaying aerobatic characteristics that normal aircraft couldn't do. They were doing it for a specific reason. They were going near radio antennas for a specific reason. The reason they were going near radio antennas was they were hinting at something via me. So when you take me out of the equation, they're actually communicating with something, some entity that is not fixed by the rules of time. And then it started with all the NK for targeting, the gunfire, the screaming at 3 in the morning, the experimenting on people trying to understand, probably in the military, what was going on with me. And I was on the receiving end of this voice control technology. It was horrendous, and I had a very responsible job. I ended up having a very responsible job, managerial type thing. And I was having to go into work and cope with all this at the same time. And it was very difficult, and I started keeping a journal, George, a journal which is in the book of the times and the dates of all the interactions that were going on. And due to everything else that happened, including looking after my mother, they were kept on the shelf for years, these journals, kept on the shelf for years. I didn't know what to do with them. I lost my mother, and in a fit of rage, I was going to put them in the bin. And then one day, when I moved to Southport, I looked through them and realised that actually this was a time travel operation. The time and date which were in the book, it was actually a time travel operation. It was part of an information network that had established contact with those behind the UFOs that I then called SCOP, Special Contact Operation Verity. The Verity element being that we from the future verified what you have seen. And it was an information network, and it makes perfect sense because there was kind of images being downloaded in front of me that were like you wouldn't believe. One of them was a ship's propeller system. Another one was arable farmland on somewhere else, on another world. What this was, George, was an information network, and I was like a service to it, a node, a gateway. So they'd established communication, possibly via consciousness, that kind of thing. And what they were doing, I think, is that, for example, the Nordic team from Andromeda were communicating with an Earth agency in the future, and they were sending information in real time with no distance. That's the bit that tracked it with ESCOP. It was a real-time information highway. Thing is, if you've got a plastic junta that is covering up the UFO phenomena, that is telling you we're being invaded and that we do not know what they are on each other, then you have a clash of these alien forces, which is why there is not so much an invasion, but an alien Cold War. And the actions of aliens concern aliens. So there's an element to the alien phenomena, the alien concept phenomena, that is not friendly to organizations that are out there. And therefore you then have an alien Cold War on your hands with humanity in the middle. And humanity is having to deal with two things really, because A, it's dealing with the alien phenomena, but B, it's also dealing with the demonic angels and demon phenomena as well as the biblical works of Titus, which are quite correct. And that seems to be what it was. So it was a time travel operation, the journals, I'm glad I didn't throw them out, and it's got the imagery, I've spent hours doing the imagery, hours doing the what the aliens look like. I'm very proud of it, but it took a long time, George, because of the PTSD and the procrastination. And at one point, after my UK interview that went badly wrong, at one point I was going to walk away from it all. I had no faith in it. I became very despondent. All these lovely images, nowhere to be seen, you know, they were just there, but nothing was happening. And then things changed around. I've been very lucky of late, including an appearance to yourself here. And that's the story behind it. So, and I believe it to be based on I've written it as fiction to protect the innocent, but it's based on true events. Okay. You know, yeah. So, but that's the story so far with it.
Tony, what is the alien abduction program? What are they after?
This is an interesting thing, George, because for me, the abduction, I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. I think it happened about 2 years ago with me. I'm not sure what they are after, but I do know that the actions of aliens concern aliens. So what you have is this phenomenon of alien abduction, and I have reason to suspect that the phenomenon of alien abduction may not just be targeted at humanity, it might be targeted at other civilizations that look like us, because they look like us, we look like them. One of the things that I noticed, George, in the book that I've written, there's no esoteric or occult reference to this. It's probably a highly secret area. We have a parallel humanity running in a parallel universe known as humans in the parallel, HITP. And to all intents and purposes, what has happened here is that there's no esoteric reference, no occult reference to them, but they are there. And they communicated, and they indicated that alien abduction is for them a crime. It can also happen to them, but it's happening as a foreign. Most advanced alien cultures out there class this as a foreign and illegal. The baffling thing is, what are they after? Because it nearly happened to me, and I couldn't believe it. It appeared to be, when I was going through what I was going through, I was actually sleeping on the sofa. I daren't sleep in the bedroom. I've got over that now. I've had some very good therapy. I'm still going through the therapy. It's been a tremendous help. You know, so there we go there, George. But what happened was, what fascinates me is that this thing, which we call a grey, it came into the room. It was uncouth. And I know that you can hear human beings being uncouth, but this thing was particularly unpleasant.
Big black eyes, or those looking
yes, I can't see it. I can't open my eyes, but I knew it was in the room. I just knew I could hear it breathing. And what it did, as I say in the book, is when back in the day when I was very young, in order to cope with life, I'd have a ridiculous word salad kind of feel that I would come out with. I don't know, so for example, magic roundabout. And I keep saying this word, but somehow these words get me comfort as a child. What this thing did is it kind of like put those words and accelerated them in my head.
Hold that thought right there, Tony. We're going to get a break. We'll come right back and pick it up. Coast to Coast.
The official website of Coast to Coast Day is coasttocoastam.com. Log on now.
never forget the moment we kissed, the night of the haze night. The way that we hugged and tried to keep warm, taking the frame my side.
I'm Bree Tennis in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. A dramatic end to a police chase in downtown LA. It started as a traffic stop for reckless driving, ended when the suspect crashed into another car near South Oak and 9th Street. 4 people sent to the hospital. Animal Services also responded to help the dog on scene. An Inglewood transit project will require 40 businesses to relocate. The transit connector will cost $1.6 billion, but officials say it will improve air quality and alleviate traffic. And Mammoth Mountain says with all the snow, they're going to stay open for skiing until at least July. The Padres have pushed their season opener from 1:20 this afternoon to 6:40 because of rain, and the Dodgers take on the Arizona Diamondbacks for their season opener tonight at 7:10. Southline weather from KFI. Rain continues today, moving out by late afternoon. Highs in the mid to upper 50s. Right now it's 48 in Brea. Mission Viejo has 45. 42 for Calabasas and 37 in Aston. Leaving Gopher for KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennis.
Steve Hudson, with from 5 northbound at Red Hill. We have a crash there out of lane to do the center divider. We're seeing some delays from Tufton Branch Road. Terminal, this is on the 405 southbound out for 101. We have a crash there. Take it up the 2 left lane. He's on the way. Watch for delays as you approach this area. And in the city of Orange, this is the Humvee 5 southbound right before the 22. Little fender there. Taking up the 2 right lanes. You got it. Welcome, Chapman. KFI, the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Brian Van. If you're looking to get out of your house, doesn't matter why you're moving, or maybe you've inherited a home and now what to do with it. Usually you go to a real estate agent, 6%, and you're told to clean and paint and repair, and buyers are going to walk through, the house has to be pristine, and if you don't live there, you don't need any of that. How about getting a fair price for your home without any of that hassle? DirectBuyers.com will do exactly that. DirectBuyers.com, a local family-owned business, Janet and Matt, brother and sister. I love the way they do business. Now, there are a lot of schmucks out there in this business. I'm going to suggest you call to DirectBuyers.com. They'll never lowball you. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer, even a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to DirectBuyers.com, call 844-242-SELL, 844-243-SELL, DirectBuyers.com. The Manawak Cave is a brand new fiction podcast that marries supernatural horror storytelling with an immersive psychological thriller. Tune into one covered and chilling story and secrets that only the caves themselves. The monsters, there are no victims, no prosecution, no defenses. Listen to the Manawak Cave. That's MANTAWAUK Cave on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. A life storage system gives you filtered and delicious water straight from every tap in the house. It filters out the chlorine and contaminants while retaining healthy minerals, and there's no filter system ever. It's maintenance-free. New customers get a free HEPA-Pure antibacterial filter. that's worth $825. This ends March 31st. Call 800-203-2696. Visit lightsourcewater.com. Light Source Water, taste and feel the difference. KFI, AM 640, more stimulating talk. I love those security questions that I'm asking, to determine that I need. What was the name of your first best friend? No friend. What was the name of your first dog? No dog. What's your favorite band? I hate music. Bill Handle. I have a hard time filling those out. We can have it live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
We're going to take your calls next hour with Tony talking as we talk about his incredible UFO experience. His book is called I, Alien Memoirs of a UFO Spawn. Gina Salvati is the town dance hiker. Was here last night for a couple days. Gina, do you remember that song, One Last Kiss? Guess what musical that came out?
Is it Bye Bye Birdie?
You got that right.
All right. For you. I never had a hint start. Thank you.
That was a classic. One of the classics. Speaking of classics, you've got a newsletter you want to give people for free called the Full Lifetime Digital Magazine.
We sure do, George, and it's very easy. Anyone can email me at Gina, Gina, at wholelifemagazine.com.
And you're also going to send it out via text to people?
We sure can. You just text the word Whole Life, all one word, Whole Life, to 42828.
That's just like the phone number, right?
That's like the phone number.
One more time.
Text the word Whole Life with a W, Whole Life, to 42828.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you, George.
ParanormalDate.com keeps cruising along. 605 people ago, and we hit 158,000 signed-up members. Well, need people that get you, that understand you, at ParanormalDate.com. And now here's something to build up your immune system.
HealthyLooking.com and Dr. Alan Millay bring 4 decades of experience and natural products for the exclusive stem cell wellness kit that works with your body's stem cells to assist your immune system. Here's Dr. Millay with more.
Whether it's physical activity, obesity, diet, smoking, low on hormones, stress, sleep disorders, or your age, can be supported by reducing inflammation and soothing the body to heal itself appropriately. A stem cell is a cell waiting to be told what it needs to be. If there is inflammation, that inflammation needs to be stopped. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, kidney disease, various types of cancer, depression, Alzheimer's disease, autoimmune disorders, osteoporosis, even fatty liver are chronic signs of inflammation and can be aided by supporting the body's ability to protect those cells that it needs. And that is the purpose of ImmuStem and adaptogen together, supporting the body to see what it can do.
Dr. Millay, how will I feel after taking a Dr. Stem and ImmuStem?
The ImmuStem is going to have an immediate effect, but I guarantee you that your immune system is starting to function better after 24 hours. If you put adaptogen along with it, you will feel it in 30 minutes.
Order now at HealthyLooking.com. The Stem Cell Wellness Kit from Dr. Millay protects your body's stem cells and will make you feel better faster. The Stem Cell Wellness Kit with adaptogen and ImmuStem and your free gift relax valve is only available at HealthyLooking.com or toll free at 800-563-3980. That's 800-563-3980. Don't forget to enter promo code George for free shipping. George's Stem Cell Wellness Kit at HealthyLooking.com. That's HealthyLooking.com.
Let's talk about Mantis X for a moment. If you want to improve your aim, you need a Mantis X. The Mantis X has improved my abilities dramatically and is a must-have for every responsible gun owner. The Mantis X is a high-tech and easy-to-use system used extensively by the military that improves your technique quickly and gives you confidence in your ability to protect the things you care about. You attach the Mantis X to your firearm and connect it with an app on your smartphone or tablet via Bluetooth, and it gives you instant feedback on what you're doing right and what you might be doing wrong and how to correct that technique. Mantis X is like a firearms instructor right in your pocket, with 94% of the people improving within 20 minutes using Mantis X. The best part is you can use this at home. The best in the world do what is called dry fire practice at home. No live ammo, none of that, and Mantis X is the best way to train. You'll save a ton of money and improve your aim. Start by improving today. Get yours at mantisx.com. That's Mantis, MANTISX.com.
Tax season isn't fun for a lot of reasons, including if you put a ton of your sensitive information all in one place. All right. Call to order this annual meeting of John's Sensitive Info. John's home address, are you in attendance? Present. John's social security number? But that also means, especially during tax season, you can be free to easily steal your identity. John's account info. And hey, anyone see account info? Not me. Hello? Account info? The John's login? Oh no. They've been stolen. LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself by monitoring your info and alerting you to potential identity threats. If you become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to save it during tax season and beyond. No one can prevent all identity thefts or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEWS. That's promo code NEWS for 25% off. LifeLock. Identity theft protection that starts here.
And welcome back to Coast. George Norrie back with Tony talking. His website is linked up at coasttocoastfans.com. So Tony, you were asleep on the couch, with your eyes closed, but you felt the presence of an alien gray. What happened?
So yeah, so yes, that's what actually happened. So I felt the presence of the alien grey. But the thing is what happened next was kind of like the presence of the alien grey. So what I was prepared for was the fact that it appeared that the room, the reality in the room, was beginning to warm. It was quite unbelievable actually. It was as if the thing was affecting the time and space around it. And it was here. What then happened next was I thought to myself, I can't believe this is happening. And then next minute I know there was this, how can I put it, divine intervention entered the room. I can only describe it as if God Almighty himself had stepped into the room. And the presence, this majestic, incredible presence of peace and love was present in the room. And it was as if bizarrely the grey wanted communion with it, but and went on its way. And this force, has been following me for quite a while. Darby George was flashing lights, bizarre kind of flashing lights in the room. And then on a couple of days, there's been great big flashes of light. And then it's kind of like shown its presence continually as to what it is. And it would appear that it's intelligence without form. So it's kind of like form, highly intelligent.
Are you scared or you feel safe?
Oh, so it was absolutely magnificent. It was, I believe it to be a religious intervention of the description. I do believe that because the biblical words do point to an angel demonic element. In fact, your country's defense intelligence agency actually did research what was called a non-human entity or NHC. I know my friend Pastor Ray Bowen was approached by CIA to discuss the demonic approach of the UFO phenomena, which, as I understand it, your military understood in about 1950 under an agency called the Elite. So there is like this religious theme running through it, and it all refers back to this magnificent creative energy. So as well as it being alien, it's also religious, which is why in my book there is a religious theme running through it of the presence of this force. So it's shown itself on numerous occasions to me, which gives me faith. And it kept me faith because I think had it not been for any of that, George, I could have been in a psychiatric unit. It was that close. Your sanity is hit night and day. To give you listeners an example, I'm sure they're very intelligent people, but the CIA, when they approached Ray Bowen about this, they demonstrated David Bond, the physicist, wholeness in the input of order. They indicated to him that a close study of that how basically it's the fluid experiment with glycerine, so you fill it with food coloring, orange or whatever. You rotate the glycerine and it vanishes, and then you re-rotate it the other way and it reappears again. Well, if you can imagine that being a hidden realm from humanity, there you've got your flashpoint, there you've got your alien kind of Cold War. Reason to suspect, therefore, that America has been involved in quite a secret war with non-human entities for a number of years. And these things have a biblical reference to them, so they are present within the framework of humanity, causing, I believe, absolute chaos. And it is interesting to note that the contactee called Alice Newwald, I don't know whether you've had him on the show, he would make a very good guest. He wrote a book called Co-Evolution. And what is very interesting about that is he was abducted in New Zealand. He was on the way to Auckland for 5 days missing time, 10 miles from where he should be, before he had a car accident. These beings approached him, he thought they were ghosts, they were not, they were in sea. They said this profound thing to him that the earth is ruled by a dark force. It is a form of life that must be respected. So back to our ink experiment again, George, we've got a form of life in that invisible realm going on that must be respected. But that's one complexity of that is, it is of no respect to humanity. That's the bit I'm grappling with at the moment with it. But I've witnessed it firsthand. 90 days, day and night, it's quite not pleasant. That realm is not pleasant. Hence the biblical word talking about people dabbling in the occult and the esoteric. And the subconscious being taken over by that, which the US military under Project Stargate and even the Russian military under Project Special Abilities 10,003 understood very clearly. In fact, the Russian and American remote viewing units were routinely liaising with each other and doing joint remote viewing. That's not known in the public domain, but it's there. Joseph National Eagle would also tell you that as well, who was the US #1 remote viewer, you see.
Tony, you supplied us a couple of art depictions of some alien women.
Yes.
Blue eyes, one is just spark that stands right out Tony.
Okay, well, see, that's the one that everybody really likes. My favourite is the green lady, but I'll get to that in a minute. That one there, the one with the blonde, blue eyes, sparkling, shining that everybody likes is actually an example of a maritime extraterrestrial group. And it's taken me hours to get a look. And from my looking, I don't quite the space it's triangular as the shipment. But in 97, when I was being baffled by all this strange business, I had a dream of being asleep. I was asleep, and I had a strange dream of being in the squalid, filthy house that I used to live in. And for some reason, there was this woman with her back to me, looking at my mum and dad's old dressing cabinet from the night, and then she turns round to me and says, "How do I look?" And I was absolutely flabbergasted because that's what she looked like, George. There was no getting away from me. But it makes sense that I was having visions of the submarines and the UFOs because in later years she proceeded to tell me that they are from another dimension. However, they can come into our world and they use water and oceans in that dimension like they would in ours. And they have bases in the ocean. Their ships travel very fast over the sea. I was wondering if the US Navy would disclose any of that, but I think they actually think it's ultra classified. But the thing is that, George, is we can learn a lot from them if we open the hearing frequency instead of going down this disaster of they're invading us route. Because they're not invading us. It's the placement of the fascist junta that controls the explosive of the issue here. And that lady, as I say, they aged, George, she aged. I mean, that was in 1997, and then in 2018 she appeared again. Absolutely enraged over what I've been subjected to, but she had aged. And she told me it's been a number of years since she told me, and it was a choice that they aged. Now, I haven't seen her since, but that is an accurate portrayal of what she looks like.
So they grow old too.
Yeah, it would appear so. It would appear know the answer, that's fine, and don't mess it up, because the public seems to have an instinct when somebody's messing all this up, and I have not got the intellect to mess it up. So therefore, I don't know why there is a choice, whether they have the technology maybe to delay it, but sheer age, and it didn't seem to bother her with it. So I've not got round to asking why that is yet, but I'm sure I will, because George, with all this, I am a concept, but they keep repeating the mantra. There are very strict protocols in the way we communicate with Earth donors. There's very strict protocols going on. It's as if I get the impression that contact has actually been established, but they've kept it quiet for whatever reasons that might be. There are reasons that I'm aware of, but it's just not safe to talk about. It really is. Got to be very careful with what you say. So there she was, George, absolutely splendid, magnificent. And what is interesting is that women play a key part in this saga. Alien women play a key part in this saga. What is further interesting, and I stand by this in public, is that you could get one of them on your show to talk about their roles, their daughters, their sons, their interests, their fears, like the Earth Mother, easily. And that's the cover-up as well. That's the big thing. So you could, I believe, you could do that quite easily. They're real. They're as real as they. And especially I don't know, you've got the green lady, George, the green one.
Yeah, we've got her up there.
Yeah, absolutely magnificent. And that she appeared at the time when I had moved house. I'd had many emergency surgeries, was broken with the loss of my mother, and was suicidal.
And was she from the Epsilon Boosty star system?
Yes, and what's fascinating there is that the only man I read upon who knew of that was Edgar Cayce, who had communicated with them. It clearly states that they were from there. And she said that the humans get it wrong. They think we're Arcturians, but we're not. We're from that sector, as you had just said, George. She was absolutely splendid. She was just had this beautiful vibe about her. I actually fancied her. I was very smitten with her. She was just graceful. And at the time this happened, when I was cracking up with it all, the UFO, their UFO, came in over the marine with it, 3 pink lights, like a triangle, and then across the shoreline from the marine with it, very bright white light, moving left to right, and the exhaustion, because I was nearly collapsing, the exhaustion was lifted from me. I was wandering around with chronic fatigue syndrome, according to my doctor, and that lifted from me. And I've seen her again. They keep checking in. They're out there. They're watching. Therefore, and they're highly evolved, George. So it's very difficult for an invasion to be pulled off by another hostile alien force when you've got a form of galactic community watching. According to her, and I'm just reporting this, but according to her, it's got like 12 groups in the Milky Way, and about 50 out there, which is in line with Christopher Stone when he talks about the Pine 57 variety of aliens, about 57. So it does make sense. They are real, they are there, and there's an horrendous cover-up going on because of it. And I don't like it, George, at all. I don't like people being lied to in the way that they are being lied to at the moment.
Have you heard of the Black Knight satellite, Tony?
Yes, I have.
Apparently came from the Epsilon Boosty star system.
Yeah, no, that I didn't know, George. Did it really? That's very interesting, because at the height of my trial that they were still hitting me. And the thing is that I asked for help from another contactee in America who had contacted them. And they turned up, which was staggering. And this lady said that they didn't know all that went on in the universe, the vast place, but they'd heard of my saga, and there they were. But these UFOs, George, I'll never forget it, the triangle, I'll never forget her. I sometimes wonder who she is, where she is, and what she's doing. They never give names either. There's no point in making it up, George, you see. If they don't give names, they don't give names. What would be the point in making it up, saying, oh yes, her name was so-and-so? Correct. You know what I'm saying?
Tony, we're going to take a quick break in 2 minutes to come back and take phone calls with you. Where do people get your book?
But it's on all good platforms, from Amazon to Apple Books. You know, it's out there. On my website, it's TonyUFO.com. I am on Facebook. You can't miss me, and I'm on good
believe the extraterrestrials cannot get involved in our day-to-day operations on this planet?
No, I believe they are. I believe there is operations going on that are equal to human espionage operations involving aliens.
I mean, why don't they stop the Ukraine-Russian war?
Yeah, this is very interesting. The thing is that's a good question, George. And why didn't they stop the death of my mother? There's a disturbing level of fence-sitting going on with them that I do not understand why. And the thing is that you see it on TikTok all the time. The aliens have said we're going to transcend to another dimension. They're here to help us. But real life is very different from what's being described. And I ain't quite got the answer to that. I know, controversial remark, and I know there's a guy in Israel who's the Messiah, or claims to be the Messiah, and then one was that, if he is that, why hasn't that power intervened? Well, if it did, I think there'd be an horrendous recoil on him because there's a very dark force controlling events. But I don't get it, George. It's best to say if you don't know it now. I don't get it as to why there isn't intervention. There again, I'm saying that, however, astronomers in Ukraine have commented on the high level of UFO activity.
And they're watching it. There's no question about it.
That they are watching, and I would suggest in the dreamscape, in the big time continuum where these operations go on, I would suggest intervention is going on at the level of world leaders. The thing is, for example, is when a world leader is sleeping, what is controlling his mind because the mind has no firewall.
That's your point. Tony, we're going to take a short break. We'll come back and chat more and take a final hour of phone calls with you now.
To find out where George and Lori is speaking, go to the coasttocoastam.com website. Scroll down to the bottom and click George's calendar.
Rob Smith is not giving up. He's on Newsmax tonight with a special series targeting Trump's destruction. Well, New York, Georgia, and the Department of Justice all want Trump's cause. But Rob asks, where is the evidence? Rob Smith targeting Trump is on Newsmax, exposing the big media narrative. He reveals the new document. Confirming he says the Biden family got cash from China. It's a disturbing story and the cover-up is even worse. Watch Rob Smith tonight, 4 p.m. Pacific. It's one of the hottest shows on cable. You can find Newsmax on major cable systems, but even back on DirecTV and Uber. Plus, check Newsmax on Roku, Samsung, Pluto, Xumo, Vimeo, and more. Download the Newsmax app free on your iPhone or Android and start watching anywhere, anytime. We watch Newsmax, the real news for real people. Tell your friends and family. Tune in today and watch Rob Smith tonight.
Get ready for iHeartRadio Icon with Queen and Adam Lambert to celebrate their announcement of the Rhapsody Tour 2023, featuring a career-spanning set list with wall-to-wall immortal anthems. Encouraging career secretary that long, so you want to go with people wondering. Tour tickets on sale Friday at LiveNation.com. Don't miss iHeartRadio Icons with Queen and Adam Lambert. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific on the free iHeartRadio app's Classic Rock channel. On the podcast, Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman, the Stanford neuroscientist explores how brain science intersects with our lives, passions, and behaviors. This deep dive into the unexpected facets of our brain science will help you see the world differently. I'm going to explore the relationship between our brains and our experiences by tackling unusual questions. Listen to Inner Cosmos with David Eagleman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Listen out. Don't place your flight ticket. Google. Just tell them what to play.
Okay, Google, put AMI AM 640. AMI
Los Angeles, Orange County.
He likes to call it Friday.
Here's Jennifer Jones Lee with your Thursday morning wake-up call.
As the weather forecasters like to call it, it's a mixed bag out there this morning. Because when I left Inland Empire, it was raining so hard, it woke me up. And here's the funniest part. I sleep with the sound machine on, a rain sound. So the actual rain woke me up from the rain sounds that were supposed to be soothing and putting me to sleep. Then by about the time I got into, I don't know, Azusa-ish area, so they kind of take her off, and I thought, oh, that's not bad. And then all of a sudden, once again, by the time I got to Pasadena, started slowing down again and texting myself. I know, well done. Via voice, can be a little late. I always know it's bad when I walk in here and Handle's already here. Standing there in his room with ball hat on, and he says, "Are you just getting here?" And I'm thinking to myself, you did not have any rain on your driving, did you? Anyway, it's going to still be crazy out there this morning. Also, we're keeping an eye on this landslide near Passaic. It took out a chunk of the 5 freeway. Not closing it down, but I'll just tell you what you might expect, because there might be a couple of slowdowns. Nick Caliotine will have all that for us. LA County DA Gaston has charged a CSP sergeant and 6 officers with manslaughter and assault under the color of authority for the death of a man during a DUI traffic stop. Also, there was a vigil last night in Nashville, Tennessee, to remember the 6 people killed in a shooting at a Christian school. How is the Pope? We'll talk with ABC's Inez Daily Kutera. Pope Francis has been hospitalized with a respiratory infection, but from what I understand, at least at last check, it was not COVID-19. So we'll talk with her in just a few minutes. But let's start with some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I watched this video last night, and you would have to make the call on it yourself. But it sounds like the TSP officers who were involved in this first story did try and do the right thing in the beginning. LA County DA Gaston has charged a CSP sergeant and 6 officers with manslaughter and assault under the color of authority for the death of a man during a DUI traffic stop. The man was restrained in 2020 when he refused to have his blood drawn. Gaston says video of the event is troubling.
Look at the I will speak, and then he was unconscious. And then there's a kind of period of time before the boy is funded.
The man died of acute methamphetamine intoxication during restraint by law enforcement. The video that I watched last night, this is on LA Times website, it shows a guy, and it's some sort of building, I don't know, or maybe a garage of some sort. The safety officers are surrounding him. He's got his hands behind his back, he's on his knees on kind of a blue mat, and they're trying to get him to submit to this blood draw. If it's open, see if he's driving on the influence. He's saying, no, I don't think this is fair, I don't know why you're doing this, and they're saying, hey, very calmly, everybody's calm at this point. Either we will do it forcefully, or we're giving you a chance to do it on your own. To go ahead and let us take it on your own. And then so you've got one more chance. Kind of a pause, and everybody's sort of in and on for a second. And then you see the officer go in, and might be the officer that's trying to draw the blood, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's when this man, there was a little flurry in his conversation with the cops. You could kind of tell that there was something going on. He starts screaming, like high-pitched screaming. And then you hear, I can't breathe. And then that's when the video goes dark. So I'm not sure what happened after that. It sounds like it was the conduct after the last part of the video that we saw. That is the part that the DA is concerned with. So I think we need to wait until all the video is released. At least I want to before, making my own judgment on it. But it looks like in the beginning, everybody is calm, everybody is doing the right thing. And it's after they try and get the blood from this guy that he starts to really get upset. So we'll see how this turns out. Will the circle be on the road? A vigil has been held in Nashville, Tennessee to remember the 6 people killed in the shooting at a Christian school. ABC's Andrew Dimberg says 3 of those killed Monday were children. Evelyn Dittow, Ali Scruggs, and William Kinney, all 9 years old. Overnight, Ditthow's family saying they're overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and support. Also killed, substitute teacher Cynthia Peake, custodian Mike Hill, and school headmaster Catherine Coon. A woman who once worked with Coon says their last email exchange was about active shooter training in school. When we come back, we'll get the latest on the Pope's condition with ABC's Inez Gutierrez. The Pope's in the hospital right now with a respiratory infection, so we'll get all the details. So right now, let's see what's up with your guys on the 10 Nick. Good morning.
Good morning, this is one for you, although it's just getting word now that lanes are clear for your driver on the side of the 10 State Democracy Freeway in downtown LA. It was a wreck not too far from Alameda. Also some flooding showing up all around San Pedro Street. Looks like the flooding is still there, the crash is gone, still seeing some light categories here and there for you. Heading west along the 10, leaving the 16 to make way toward the 110. You got an update on this issue or anything else slowing you down? As you can see your cell phone keyword is still about traffic. It's slow going drivers on the northbound side on the 710 coming out through Jason. 710 northbound out the 105. Got a stall-out car in middle lane, hazard lights are on. Definitely attention to get it for you first thing when you see it. Middle county drive. Then along the boulevard, 65 north is also into 710 northbound right now. Also 105 is further off the 91. As you make your way toward the 105, that looks like a pretty decent drive. Second night you're driving on County Quiet and same start putting in on that power, except for the 15 northbound side. As you make your way through Corona around Ontario Avenue, it looks like you have a little car crash or a fall down car in lane. That'll be basically leading to house go.
7 on your wake up call. Inez Gutierrez, good morning to you. Inez joins us live from Rome this morning. Now, we understand that the Pope yesterday, initially, when I started seeing reports come across, they said that he was going in for some previously scheduled testing. And then within a few hours, I was getting the notifications that he was in the hospital with some sort of infection. Tell us what you know from there.
Well, what happened? We received a statement from the Bible saying that Pope Francis had a coma overnight. That this morning he was reading the newspaper, that he even received communion, but he is going to be staying on the hospital for a few extra days for additional tests. They have ruled out COVID-19, they've ruled out pneumonia, and they've ruled out any kind of heart issues as well. So some good news there, but he is down with a respiratory infection. They haven't given us a whole lot of details beyond that. So obviously money, millions around the world waiting for an update on his condition. He is 86. He was hospitalized on Wednesday, and they did say it would require several days again, several days or appropriate hospital medical treatment.
When we were getting the reports that said that he was going to the hospital for these previously scheduled treatments, was that their way of saying maybe, hey, we called ahead and we got these, these tests set up for him or something like that, versus the way that it was maybe worded, which made the rest of us think, oh, this has been planned for a month now, and he was going into this testing.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a little bit of criticism for the way they handled that. They did say that he was going in for some previously scheduled checkups, and over time, the media that began kind of raising questions, after they found out that, they didn't have it on their kind of schedules, no one had given any kind of heads up, and he also canceled the trade quickly. They were the ones that started, questioning whether, what is really going on at them. So eventually the Vatican did walk back what they were saying and said that he would be staying on a few days and he had a respiratory infection. It personally reminds me a little bit of what we saw happen with the Queen as well when she was ill, with the palace not being immediately forthcoming, and then eventually that had to touch things.
Now, this is undoubtedly the busiest time of year for the Pope. I mean, you've got Palm Sunday Mass coming up, Holy Week, Easter celebrations, that sort of thing. Is he expected to be able to preside over those as planned, or might things have to be shifted a bit?
Yeah, so that's a good question here. We don't know at this point, right? This is the busiest time of the year for him. With Easter coming up, Palm Sunday. I mean, he's got a ton of events. Thursday, probably the one we need to stir up his role that he will be out of the hospital in time for Easter, that he won't have to cancel those events. So we'll see, but it is a very, very busy time. We should also point out this month marks the 10th anniversary of
basically far longer than I think he even expected. I mean, back in 2015, he had said he could see himself staying on for an extra 5 years, but he didn't think it would be any longer. So, 10 years is a long time. We just saw the former Pope Benedict XVI in June, and stepping down and then passing in January. And in fact, on December 31st, it was Pope Francis who presided over that funeral. And back then, I was talking about whether that could set a precedent, having the former Pope stepping down, whether Francis could follow suit and decide to step down as well. And there was Benedict XVI, and he stepped down. He cited his health as a reason for that. So now that we're seeing Pope Francis is struggling with different health issues, it's not just respiratory issues, he's also had mobility issues. We've seen him appearing in public with a cane or even in a wheelchair at times. So this raises all sorts of questions as to whether he might also decide to step down. All right. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Talk to you again. That's ABC's and as Taylor to Sarah. We got a landslide here today that took out a chunk of the 5. Part of the shoulder on the southbound side slipped away yesterday. Caltrans had reported a small slide and a rain between the Whitaker Breakcheck area last Friday. Then it caused some concern. Templin Highway was closed briefly for that. If anything changes on any of this, Nick will have all the details in traffic throughout the morning. There's a home restoration company in Orange County that says nonstop rain has caused a flood of service calls for water damage and mold.
Mold can be very dangerous for our health.
Green Planet Restoration OC owner Ellie Rabbi says there are thousands of types of mold.
Usually the mold will grow within 72 hours.
He says normally when water seeps in, it quickly dries out because SoCal gets so little rain.
So for the person where if there's any discoloration on paint boards, floors, and sometimes you'll see also puddle of water coming from the roof or off the wall.
He says when mold is found, the area is contained, it's dried, and typically baseboards, flooring, ceilings, walls, and anything else infected is removed and replaced. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News. 2 Army Black Hawk helicopters have crashed in Kentucky during what officials say was a routine training mission.
The choppers were from the 101st Airborne Division, and they crashed about 25 miles northwest of Fort Campbell. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says he received reports of the crash.
ABC's Mark Remillard says the governor has been told fatalities are expected. The LA City Fire Department has received a pretty big donation from the LA Fire Foundation.
It's a $2.6 million Bell 505 light-duty helicopter, which will be used mostly for controlling airspace and attack strategies from the air during wildfires on the ground. It replaces an old Bell 206, which was built during the Vietnam War. The new 505 becomes Fire 7, and is part of a fleet of 1 other light-duty Kilo and 5 medium-duty about 500 horsepower compared to a twin-engine 3,600 horsepower aircraft. The pilot Scott Davidson says the new Bell 505 will also be a big part of training. He says it's cheaper to train pilots in the smaller aircraft before moving them over to the bigger one. We teach the pilots who are coming into the program all the tactics and strategy of flying at the limits of the aircraft, it's just with a smaller amount of water as they transition into the big aircraft. So it actually has some mission capabilities because the new 505 is packed with high tech and new safety features. This includes seats designed to absorb the energy of a crash and a fuel tank that won't explode on impact. Gregory, KFI News.
All right, when we come back, we will be talking with KFI former reporter, now Fox News reporter, Laura Ingle. Ingle and I covered the Scott Peterson murder trial 20 years ago. It's hard to believe. And I think the thing that most people are focused on right now is kind of revisiting the trial from the perspective of, that had he lived, Lacey Peterson would be 47, and her unborn son, Connor, would be nearing his 20th birthday. So we're going to take a look back on the trial, what recently came up in Scott Peterson's appeal case, where that stands now, and take a little perspective on what's gone on over the last couple of decades. Shows how weather from KFI. More rain is on the way, but it looks like temperatures for the most part are just going to be in the 40s. Let's get a look at your drive with KFI in the sky. This time with 15.
Pretty slow going for you this morning from before I share right as we go through the down pass back in the 138. And those delays do stick around for you as you make your way through the border. Passing yours is where Rabbi split looking at 215 into a South Glen Helen Parkway before getting 2 loops up where you drive 15 southbound approach. Right to Cucamonga and the 210. Also looking at problems for you in the Corona. I'm going to side of the 15 before Ontario Avenue. Got a
stall like possibly in middle lanes and let's what I call it, flipping a lot of phone for you right now. In heavy sections as you come away from my bar back there's almost Indian Truck Trail. So if I'm just kind of keeping that faster, I'm just calling you please. You locked your cat up the tree?
Yeah, he's right up there. He's scared to come down.
Hang on, I'll get him for it.
Be careful, mister.
Yes, kid. Here you go.
Where did he come from? And where's your mouth and taste?
What? Oh, no, your mom and dad called us to clean out your showers and they were up a tree too.
Really?
Your tree was really clogged, backing up, and we have to stop that nasty stuff from invading your bathroom.
So you're a hero?
Try to be every day. We're rooter heroes.
Wow.
We make sure you live in a safe, clean house. Go on.
Thanks for rescuing George.
It's what a hero does.
If you know how to clog things, call Reader Hero coming into that. Go online at ReaderHero.com.
And this report is sponsored by Caltrans and CleanCA.com. Californians can agree that there is no place in their lives for litter. So let's come together and create a litter-free California. Join them at CleanCA.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. This is the Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
We start with the NBA. The Lakers begin their 5-game road trip with an 11-point win over the Bulls. Anthony Davis with a game-high 38. It's opening day for Major League Baseball, and both LA teams play tonight. The Dodgers are home against the Diamondbacks, while the Yankees play the A's in Oakland. Major League Baseball and the Minor League Players Association have reportedly reached a tentative agreement on the first collective bargaining agreement between the two sides. I'm Joel Sir.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. Learn more at MDUSA.com.
If you own a small business lead up to a quota and you were able to retain 5 or more employees, you could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Do the math on that one. That's real money. So let me suggest GetRefunds.com. We'll answer a few questions, take under 10 minutes, and you'll see if your business qualifies for this tax refund. There's no charge up front. They don't get paid until your business gets paid. And businesses of all types can qualify, including those at the 323s. And non-pay are experts in the federal payroll tax refund program, and they've already returned over $3 billion to businesses. In my business, a 6-figure refund. So to find out if your business qualifies, go to GetRefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button. It only takes a few minutes. Go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com. Hi there, I'm Joel Arthur. Join me this Sunday for How to Money. We'll talk all things personal finance and help you learn how to save, invest, and enjoy more of what matters. How to Money with Joel Arthur. Sundays at noon on KFI. And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. This is your wake-up call. It is a sweet emotion this morning because you know what today is? Opening day for the Dodgers. Opening night is coming up, let's see, so tonight, and if you are a Dodger fan, as I know most people listening to the shows are, then we've got a show tonight, Dodger Baseball opening night, taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. First pitch at 7 o'clock. You can listen to the game in HD on the free iHeartRadio app, live from the Galpin Motors broadcast booth.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
Yes, it is. LA County DA Gaston has charged the two sergeant and 6 officers with manslaughter and assault under the color of authority for the death of a man during a DUI traffic stop in 2020. 2 Army Black Hawk helicopters have crashed in Kentucky during what officials say was a routine training mission. And there's a monument memorializing all members of the U.S. Armed Forces in the Vietnam War that's been dedicated at the Richard Nixon Presidential Library and Museum in Yorba Linda. All right, let's say good morning now to Fox News reporter, former KFI reporter, and one of my very best friends in the whole wide world, Laura Ingalls. Laura, welcome back to your old stomping ground.
Well, thank you very much. It's always good to be back. Thank you, Joan.
All right, so it's hard to believe. So throughout our career, Ingo and I have had a lot of stories that we paralleled. When she was down here working for KFI, I was up north working at KGO. We both ended up September 11th in New York, and then our next big assignment that we both got together was this past year. Or you were there 10 this turn on this flight and watched it all the way from the story from or for KFI in the Central Valley. Before we even get into where we are 20 years later, what's the first thing or the first word maybe that comes to mind when you think of when you got this call 20 years ago? Did you know that this story was going to be as big as it is?
So, that is something that we address in the special that is just launched today on Fox Nation, which you can get on your app. And the Fox Nation app is like this. It looks like Netflix, which is really cool. It has a lot of specials. And there's actually a segment in this special that talks about KFI. In fact, the KFI singer and ID is in the first part of the show, which is fun. And I talk about working at KFI and how this story comes about in me and you, right? Just like everybody. You picture it when you it's Christmas Eve, it's the best show, what's going on. And I went to our news director, Chris Little, who was so great and allowed me to go up to New Mexico. But when I first originally brought this story to Chris, the general idea at the time, this is a missing person story, right? This wasn't the huge story that we know what it evolved into. It was kind of a flip in the beginning for the rest of the nation. And I think this is going to be big. I think that this is going to be a big story. And we tell it back and forth about it, and we talk about it in the special. And then he said, all right, let's go and see what happens. To his credit, he recognized that this could be potentially a big story, and off we went. And then it was, I had a friend in Sacramento who was pregnant at the time, with a similar big, large smile. And I thought, what if that was her? What would I be doing? And the thing that we can do as reporters, as you and I both know, is we can hit the ground and we can get eyeballs and ears on these types of stories. And oftentimes it can help. And that's if you wear the reporter's job like a badge sometimes, because you're like, I can actually do something. And that's what I wanted to do, was to bring attention to this case to see if there was something we could do that would help.
I think that when it case finally unfolded, I know you and I have talked about this, you didn't expect the twists and turns that this case ended up having in it. You didn't expect there to be a whole affair and fishing and Christmas Eve and whatever. It just kept, I felt like it was a snowball. It kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And now we're looking back at it 20 years later and saying, oh my gosh, where would Lacey Peterson be today if she had not been murdered by her husband Scott? Where would their son Connor be today if he had had a life? Period.
That's right. I mean, and that is that's part of it. And for the special, so we're looking back at the case 20 years later, and a lot of people might be listening going, well, he's guilty in prison. What are you doing? But there's a lot of legal maneuvers that are still ahead of us in this case, and a lot has changed. In these last few years, the death sentence was overturned. He's been moved to dual prison in Ione, California, in Gold Rush Town, of all places. But to your point, where would Lacey and Connor be today? And we took our cameras and we went back to Point Isabel. We went back where the bodies walked the door. And I think about that storyline, and I know you have too, and thinking about, my God, if this is where they washed up, very Brook Island, you can see it directly across from the shoreline. It makes sense when you're there and you're close. And you just think, gosh, he would have been, 19, and he would have been a fine psychologist, or how car would he have been? He would have been a song. It's just the things that were so mixed up. And I know that you and I, and anybody who's covered this case, listen to this case, follows
this case has thought about Sharon Wilson, Lacey Peterson's mother, his brother's friend, his sister Amy, all of those friends that she had, that she, the way that she lived, she was a bright, bubbly person who wanted to be a mom. And you think about the lives that are lost, and we do these types of cases. We do the case, we do the reporting, we get to the end, finish the program, but there's a respect that I think needs to be paid for a story of this magnitude, and really any missing person too. To go back and review what has happened, what may have been missed, what may be still being looked at for appeal, and and for Scott Peterson's family, I spent time with Jamie Peterson. I flew down to San Diego and I spoke with Jamie, who has built this huge evidence room from Homeland, full of knowledge and strings and times and pictures and arrows. And we spent time in that room because he is convinced that there is an alternate theory here that has not been fully explored that will be brought up in the next round of appeals. It's about the burglary that happened across the street in and around the time that Lacey Peterson went missing on December 24th, 2002. She hasn't answered every single point from the prosecution, I will say that. And you'll see that in that special reporter's notebook for Scott Peterson's case. Okay, I know you've got a soundbite that you said to us. Explain, if you could set that up for us, because I think it's an important one. Right. So one of the things that we did, and you and I know this horrendous trial as we did, we weren't talking to the police. I mean, we were standing outside reporting on it. We never got a chance to talk to the detectives. I finally got a chance to talk to one of the lead detectives in the case, the current Modesto Police Detective, Albert, to me. We followed the case. We remember him very well. He's the one that did the interrogation of Scott Peterson that night. He's the one that was really assigned to Scott Peterson to kind of talk to him, talk about his alibi. And I finally got a chance to sit down and talk to him, and we discussed how Scott's behavior contrasted with that of Sharon Rosa, what his behavior was, what he observed, how he reacted, and what he did in his house after Lacey Peterson ran out of working here. He sold her car, and then he tried to sell the house, fully furnished, quietly. He turned on a nursery and storage unit right away. I mean, right away. He grew up, in a family where his father was Midwestern, and Midwestern values, and one of the things was he's proud. You don't show a lot of emotion in public. That's just not the kind of people they are. And that's how he always was. That's how he was raised, and that's how he's been. So many people have said that the Modesto police have, tunnel vision. They were after Scott from the beginning. I told guys to stop. My job is to clear you. My job is to eliminate you as a suspect. I could eliminate a lot of people, but not him. That is incredible for him to say, hey, it was my job to be on your side, Scott. And whether it was that Scott didn't help himself, whether he was his own worst enemy in this investigation, which I think a lot of us believe was the case. It's interesting to see that whole innocent until proven guilty fact is exactly from where the cops say they were coming during the start of this investigation. You are absolutely right. And it's so interesting to hear him talk about, because I literally was trying to clear him. They wanted to clear him so they could move on, right? Not to include any types of cases, but they need to clear the spouse. They need to clear the people that are closest to the victim or the person who's missing so they can move on, so they can release. Now, and there are people that say, well, they did just focus on Scott. But while Alpha team was working on Scott, there was another entire team of people working on the Lacey side, working on the burglary across the street. There were over 30 detectives and over 200 officers that worked with case from the beginning. And yes, there was a burglary right across. Can you believe it? These burglars break into a house across the street from South Lacey Peterson in Modesto, on and around Christmas Eve. The Medina is the family's in Medina across the street. They go away on Christmas Eve in the morning for a couple days. They go to River Pleasant. They come back on the 26th because the world is there. The media, the police, they walk into their house. Their house has been ransacked. Oh my God, we've been burglarized. So they go in you tell the police. All we have to do is walk across the street. And so that is an investigation that Stephen Peterson and the Peterson family still have a lot of questions about. There was a witness who saw a van out front, who saw several men out front. Amy Peterson's theory is that Lacey went for a walk, she confronted them, or she saw them, or they saw her, and they panicked, and something happened. That is still 20 years later being looked at. And I felt confused about that, and I said, is there any chance at all that there was something to do with it? And he said 100% no, no one was connected to the secret. They passed writers up their tests, they confessed, they went to jail, one of them died, they gave us the information. And he said, in this thrilling moment in our interview, he said she wasn't there. She was already gone with Scott. She was already down the road and on her way to the warehouse. That is incredible. Where can people find this again? Your special is where? So the special is called Reporter's Notebook, the Scott Peterson page, and it is on Fox Nation, which is our streaming service at Fox News. So just go to your app and find it there, and you can download it. And I believe there's a free trial right now. You can just download it and watch it. It's only $1.99 to sign up, but you can watch it for free for the next month. And we have a lot. And then I have, for the first time, in a exclusive photo, we have never Scott Peterson. Aside from his mugshot in the last 20 years, Jamie Peterson gave me a photo of a Zoom call that they had last year when he was showing San Quentin. It is the first time we have seen him, aside from a mugshot, behind bars. What he looks like now, what he looks like talking to his family, you will only see it on Fox Nation, and you will only see it too. I will post it later on my Instagram at Laura Ingalls TV. All right, sounds good. Ingalls, thank you so much. Love you. Have fun. I know it's opening doctors out here, but you're taking the Sam. Is it Pirates game today? Yeah, we are. We're going to take a baseball road trip. We're going to see the Pittsburgh Pirates, Cleveland Guardians, and it's going to be, I know, there's a good preview, so good luck. All right, thanks. Bye, Eagles. Take care. Have fun on your road trip. All right, we come back. We are going to talk with Jason Middleton, who's doing our game bite this morning. He's also going to be on the handle a little later in the day. We're talking FDA medical devices and the potential of cyber attacks and egg prices. Right before Easter, we're going to talk about egg prices. That's all coming up in just a second. Nick Eliotini, let's get back to the drive this time on the 15.
Looks like it's the right one. Activity from an earlier problem. Here to find the sign up to the faster on the caller team. He's live from the hidden bedroom. Another essential night group. The curious Ron Steve has been struggling with his keycap. His wife is jealous. He's arranged with field throws and elbows. He came in from the couch. He could get inspired. Absolutely, Bruce. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment to give you comfortable, restful sleep with the click of a remote. There's no mask and no home. John. Learn more at InspiredSleep.com. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see what's right for you and review important safety information at InspiredSleep.com. Are you looking to sell your home quickly and easily without having to deal with repairs or the hassle of a lengthy selling process? Look no further than Sellers Advantage. There were thousands of satisfied customers. They're the go-to choice for homeowners looking to sell their homes fast. They'll buy your home for a competitive cash offer, and they can close in just days, not weeks or months. No repairs are needed because they buy homes as is. And with the most 5-star reviews on Google and Yelp, it's no wonder why thousands of satisfied sellers have chosen Sellers Advantage for their home selling needs. Sellers Advantage is the fastest and most stress-free way to sell your home. So if you're ready to sell your home, call Sellers Advantage. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-321-AS-IN, 888-321-AS-IN, 888-321-2747. SellersAdvantage.com. CRE number 01961658. Californians can agree that there is no place in their lives for litter. So let's come together and create a litter-free California. Join them at CleanCA.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Calpress. Have you been injured in an accident? Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you more. We are America's largest injury law firm, and that means more than 800 lawyers, more offices nationwide, and more than $15 billion in coverage for our clients. You deserve more, and we at Morgan & Morgan
are ready to fight for more. Don't wait. Downtown Law or visit forthepeople.com right now for an office near you. Get ready for iHeartRadio Icon with Queen and Adam Lambert to celebrate their announcement of the Rhapsody Tour 2023, featuring a career-spanning set list with wall-to-wall immortal anthems. Encouraging tours, but to put it that way, so you want to go where people want you. Tour tickets on sale Friday at LiveNation.com. Don't miss iHeartRadio Icons with Queen and Adam Lambert. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific on the free iHeartRadio app Classic Rock Channel. American Vision Windows, SoCal's voice for energy-efficient windows and doors. AmericanVisionWindows.com.
And iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
KFI AM 40 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. This is your wake-up call. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA County DA Gaston is charged as two sergeants and 6 officers with manslaughter and assault under the color of authority for the death of a man during a DUI traffic stop. If you're watching any of the video, not necessarily what happens at the start of the video that he is concerned with. It's what happens after the video fades that seems to be the part that's under question. We'll be getting into this a whole lot more during People on the News or in the news later on this morning. Also, there was a video in Nashville, Tennessee last night to remember the 6 people killed in a shooting at the Christian school. If you're driving the 5 over the grapevine, there's a landslide with the scales that took out the 25 freeway. So far, though, still good as of this morning, and it doesn't look like there's any snow over the grapevine, which is good right now. But, nothing seems in a heartbeat. Jason Middleton, good morning to you. Oh, you know what? I have to turn the mic up. Hold it on.
That's where this level comes from.
Yeah, we're going to have to go and put you actually up high. Thank you for coming in early. Oh, it's like you on the handle at 8.
Yeah, but you guys at 5:30 and people at 8 in the PM, but you start before my show.
All right. Okay, well, that's awesome. FDA Medical Devices we're concerned about cyber attacks. And I thought about this. I know that my dad has a device that like Bluetooth his I don't know, meetings or whatever it is to his doctor pretty regularly. And I thought, what happens if somebody can hack into there and either give false readings or maybe stop or something like that? It's a pretty scary idea.
Yeah, but it's also a little bit like the thing, isn't it? I mean, you've been working for a while, so yeah, I just should have been standard operating procedure for a while. There are a lot of precautionary measures built into the software and hardware that comes most of these devices, okay? So this is a solution definitely to a problem that may not be as big as, but one hack, one mistake, one faulty or malevolent hack could lead to a major ripple. This also, when I was reading this, first of all, okay, yeah, they should be addressing this, and it's another example of how government is usually a little bit behind the curve when it comes to regulation and inspection of Silicon Valley, or tech, period. And that's Silicon Valley, but it's not just them. It's a worldwide thing, and there's that. The other thing is, back to Silicon Valley, though, this kind of gives leg up to Apple in a way, because Apple is trying to do the blood sugar monitoring with its Apple Watches and things like that. And Apple has made a very conscious choice as a company, as a culture, corporate culture, to encourage all of our information marketing and not sharing. That's why you get that pop-up. Like, hey, you want this app wants to track you. Is that cool? And you always say no. No. Even though you don't really know for sure. Or it could be beneficial in other ways, too, but it depends on what you're doing. Apple, I think, is a little bit ahead of this, which will help with their patent.
I thought of back in the day when Uber and Lyft sort of came out, and it really seemed to be like these two goliaths, fucking important, new idea, and it seemed that they were really neck and neck. And then Uber had some issues, and so then it seemed like, oh, maybe Lyft's going to come back. And now, Lyft what? But you hardly even hear about Lyft. Now it's going to be like Yellow, like Kleenex, or everything getting Uber.
Yeah, it's the Google of Uber. So I think you're right about that. But I remember we talked about this on our other show 7 years ago. This was about conscious choice. You should make a choice. Like you identify with the Uber, like with ESG, or do you identify with Lyft, who's a little bit happier? Remember, they had the 6 month act for a while driving around the city.
The two big ones that would be on people's grills, and they were the furry ones. Do you remember that?
Yes, I know. We had a producer who had one. And he had a side hustle. But
At the same time, this is Lyft getting a new CEO addresses two major issues, and where that CEO comes from is also indicative of that. 90% is the number for share price that has dropped since Lyft company. Okay, so it's lost 90% of the shareholder value. So that's the thing. So they're bringing in somebody who is an Amazon, an Amazon C-suite executive. Normally when somebody like Amazon comes in, that's not efficiency, right? So they're going to find redundancies. There's going to be workforce reduction and things like that. You go back to they wanted to get Logan Green and John Zimmer out, the co-founders of CEO, co-founders of Lyft. And the reason they're bringing a little bit of that is because Logan Green specifically is kind of an endangered species. He's a nice guy, so he's out. So yeah, and so he will be encouraged. Yeah, he'll be encouraged to flourish elsewhere as the new CEO comes in. So this is a corporate culture shakeup. This is about market share. They've got to get they've got to string together some more market share.
All right, let's talk about AI. And this is funny. Jerry and I were talking about this yesterday. It's like as things get better and you start getting your ChatGPT, and you have all these opportunities with AI. And you look at it from one angle where you go, wow, this is incredible, all the things that this can do. What you might not be thinking of is, as you were talking about, sort of an endangered species, could our jobs be endangered because of AI? And as it grows, as